What's good, man? Good morning. How y'all doing? Man, I hope y'all had a wonderful night last night. I am your boy at DFS Mastermind _. Thank you for clicking on the video. We have an 8-game slate on our hands. We're going to hop right into it. It'll be a little different today because I'm still going to try to hit you with some value plays, but I'm not going down to the 3Ks, man. I'm going to give you plays that should be a lot easier for you to go ahead and plug them in. Very decent options, so let's get into it. Starting off with point guard. It's very simple for me. If I'm paying up for point guard, Westbrook is the guy I want in a matchup with Golden State. I think that should be a pretty fun game. We're going to have to see how my Oklahoma City Thunder hangs with the champs. I know Golden State is at home, so it could be a quick one, man. But with OKC's firepower, man, I see this game staying pretty competitive, and Westbrook will be a big part of that. So if I'm paying up, he is definitely going to be my top play. On down a little bit, Eric Bledsoe is a guy I really want to highlight. I think he's going to be in an excellent spot. Going up against New York, these two teams just played about 2 days ago, I'm pretty sure. During that game, man, I want y'all to throw that out of the game log, man, because in this game, he had early foul trouble. He couldn't stay on the court, man. Like, he had 2 fouls first quarter, so he had to come off. Got back on in the second quarter, picked up another foul, set till halftime. Come out of halftime, play a few minutes, picked up another foul. So you get what I'm saying. He just did not have a nice he couldn't get in any type of groove, and he wound up fouling out of that one. But I think he's going to be in a good spot on today's slate. So I want to recommend him. I just want to highlight him. The guy I want to recommend is going to be Isaiah Thomas. I know it's ugly, man. Cleveland has been struggling. They have not been looking like the Cavs that we're used to seeing. Taking on Orlando is a very, very positive matchup. And I think in this situation, we will be able to lean on Isaiah Thomas. One thing we know about him, he's going to take the double-digit shot attempts. He's going to try to get his offense, and he has literally the best matchup on the board versus point guards today. So I think it's going to be a really nice spot for Isaiah Thomas. I want to go ahead and lock him up. Other guys that I think we can use at point guard, just to get my cheapies out there, Tyler Ulis is going to be the guy for me. In this situation with no Devin Booker, they're going to have to construct their lineup around. Devin Booker's been playing the point guard, but with no Devin Booker, I think Ulis will be back in that starting lineup. And I think Troy Daniels would actually benefit as well. But the guy I want to go ahead and recommend for you is going to be Isaiah Thomas. It's not even close. But I also think Westbrook and Bledsoe are definitely in play. Moving on to shooting guard. Not a ton up top with shooting guard, so I'm going to go right down to my favorite shooting guard on the slate, and that's going to be Tim Hardaway Jr. Now, I know he's been terrible shooting the ball. If you look at his game log, he has a 3 for 9 shooting performance, 1 for 14, and a 1 for 10. The last 3 games, that is terrible. And I'm going to keep running him out there, man. One thing we know about him, he's going to take the double-digit attempts once again. That is always a key in picking some of these players, man. So we know he's going to have the usage. We know he's going to play the minutes. Going up against Milwaukee in this situation, I don't mind it at all. And one thing we have to notice when we're dealing with streaky shooters, they're going to have bad games. But when you're dealing with a talent as good as Tim Hardaway's, it's not going to drag on forever. So I want to be the first one on this train. I'm pretty sure he will be pretty low on, man. So I'm going to go ahead and run him out there. Think he's very sneaky. Very decent price play as well. So I want to go ahead and lock up Tim Hardaway Jr. Moving on to my small forward. I really love LeBron in this situation. I think he could really explode for a big game. I know he's been hovering around at 40 points, but I think this could be the game, man. He had a 75-point performance versus these guys, and then he also had a 30-point performance. That's something to keep in mind, but I think LeBron James is going to be in a very, very good spot. But my top dog is going to be simple. I'm going to go down to Jonathan Simmons as soon as I find him. right here, man. I think, listen, Jonathan Simmons is not. He's not the guy that a lot of people will like to roster. But he gets the job done, man. Every game he goes out, he's averaging around 15 points, man. That is very solid for his price tag. All we need is some of these peripheral stats to pick up and to keep the turnovers down. At this price point, man, I'm willing to run him out every night until he gets a boost. As long as Gordon is still out, whenever you play up against supreme talent, man, you want to step your game up. And I think Jonathan Simmons is going to be no exception to the rule, man. I know he'll come out there a little more fired up. He'll more than likely have to deal with guarding LeBron James, and that's a positive matchup. Just so you know, if you look on, I look at Fantasy 5x5, by the way, for a ton of my tools and research, where I get my DVP. Cleveland is the worst team on the slate at slowing down small forwards as well, man, and it's not even close. Them in Atlanta, they really give it up to the small forward position. In this situation, dude, I am definitely willing to run Jonathan Simmons out there. I think he's going to be in a fine spot, so that's the guy I want to recommend. Moving on to my power forward. Power forward is very simple. We know D-Book is going to be out. I'm going to get you TJ Warren, man. He should get a huge usage bump in this situation. We know he's going to take the shots. He's going to be the featured offensive player. So I don't mind TJ Warren at all as my top power forward. Moving on to center, man. Listen. Center is tough for me, y'all. I really have no clue who I want to run out there. I don't have a clear cut. This is the guy I'm running out there. Like yesterday, it was Gobert. He had a decent game, but nobody is calling out to me. Like I said, I think we could use Draymond Green. I think Clint Capella is actually in the best matchup on the board if you want to look at DVP. Not sure if I'm into paying 7.5 for him. I much rather just get Draymond in that situation. I really do like Julius Randle. I think he could be a very solid play. His price is a little on the higher end as well. I'm not a fan of Joe Val, man. I know he's been balling, but I guess I'm gonna narrow it down to these two guys right here. We got Jared Allen, man. He's been playing excellent basketball. Taking on Houston, he'll have to deal with Clint Capella. This guy is massive, man. He's a very big guy. Like his body type is big, man. He's athletic. He loves defense first, man. That's one thing that really stands out to me. His offensive game is not as polished, but if he's getting right near the basket, he can dunk it. He can make some layups. Not a explosive offensive game, but listen, at 5,300, I don't mind running him out there. But this is not my favorite play either, man. But I really don't mind him. I think he could be decent in this spot. I don't think we're asking for too much, so I think he could be okay. I like Tyson Chandler a little bit. I like Alex Lynn. I like Tristan Thompson. I like Shannon Fry. And then the last guy is going to be Jahlil Okafor, man. If we get news that Quincy Acey is out, as you see, he's questionable right there. I'm going to go 100% on Mr. Jahlil Okafor. The only thing that's been holding Okafor back is the minutes. We know they shipped Cody Zeller out of town. So the center spot is going to be a little weak, man. If we get AC out of the rotation, I'm not sure if they'll put DeMarre Carroll in the starting lineup and maybe move like LeVert in at small forward. I'm not sure. But with Houston, I'm not sure they'll be able to go extremely small. So I'm pretty sure Jahlil Okafor might slide in, man, and get some of these power forward minutes. Even if he doesn't start, I think he would still play some power forward minutes. But that news is solely based off Quincy Acey. That is all that play is. If Acey is in, if he's active, I am not messing with Jahlil Okafor. So center for me, like I said, dude, it is very hard for me. I don't even feel comfortable recommending a center because I don't know who I want to go with. So I'm not 100% on anybody. I just gave you a few names of people that I like, people I think that we can look at. So hopefully that helped you. I'm still not sure, man. Follow me on Twitter, and I'll definitely be sure to shoot out my top center for tonight. Other plays on the slate that we could look at. I gotta touch on a few more players, man. Josh Hart, man, he has been getting the start. I think we could really look at him, man. Josh Hart has been balling these past 2 games. He's playing big minutes, so we could definitely look at him. I think Allen Crabbe taking on Houston could be a very, very positive matchup. We know Houston struggles versus the shooting guards. We see it time and time again. Big games given up to the shooting guard position, so I think we could look at him. If we get news that Wayne Sheldon is out, that's going to give a boost to Andrew Harrison, Dylan Brooks, and also Mario Chalmers, man. So I would really like all 3 of those guys. I think I already talked about Troy Daniels, him coming off the bench, playing a big role, man. He's playing around 20 minutes. If he's going to put up 3-point shots, that's what he do. He's not going to rebound the ball a ton, not going to get you steals. But I think if you wanted to use him, he could be a fine play. And if AC is out, Joe Harris might actually be the guy that would start at the small forward. So let's look for Joe Harris actually for some sneak cheap value, man. Besides those guys, I'm pretty sure that's it. That's all I want to cover. I'm about to go ahead and get out of here, man. Hopefully y'all stay up on your news. Hopefully you're doing some research throughout the day. And if you need anything, man, be sure to hit me up across all social media platforms at DFS Mastermind. That is it. Y'all bless up, cash out. Let's get it.